today. Happy Baby Name Monday and happy bank holiday. Sorry for the quality, I am back on my phone again, camera dramas. But yes, this is Baby Name Monday here on YouTube. I'm SJ, a mum of 3, and every single Monday I do a new baby name themed video. Tons of different topics, boy and girl names, all different things. So do make sure to hit subscribe if you like baby name lists, to follow it along, and do share with a friend if you're already subscribed. I would love you to share it with a friend who you think might like this name list, because it's a great one, and actually a few of my secret favourite names are on this list. You may know that my daughter's name also fits onto this category, which is long, beautiful and unique girl names with about 4 syllables. Actually, I think they all have 4 syllables, so these are great as a beautiful and long first name, but often people are messaging me and asking for long names as middle names, so this could also work for you in that way. They're all really rare. I was just looking, most of them are outside of the top 500, if not the top 1,000, so I always try to pick unique names, because I know if you're probably watching this video, you might do, like I do, read a lot of baby name lists and you're looking for a new type of idea. So let's get on with my top 10 unique and gorgeous long girl names. So at number 10 is the name Evangeline. Isn't Evangeline just so pretty? It sounds so vintage and very, very unique sounding. I just think it is a really, really gorgeous one. It's at number 335, so it is the most popular name on this baby name list as well. I've never met a little Evangeline, have you? It's actually a Greek baby name. I should have filmed this video in Greece because I literally just got back late last night from Santorini, but it is a Greek baby name and it means good news or bringer of good news. So that to me is just the most lovely baby name meaning, because isn't baby brings such good news with them. If you're American or you've read a lot of American literature, you may recognize this name as the long form of the main character in Uncle Tom's Cabin, which is one of the most famous American pieces of literature about anti-slavery. It was released in the 19th century and was actually the second best-selling book in America after the Bible of that century. Isn't that just unbelievable? So a really famous namesake. There's also a very famous poem called Evangeline by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, which again is a gorgeous long literary reference to it. It sounds very literary and very romantic to me and kind of exotic. I don't know if you would choose Evangeline. What do you think of it? At number 9 is a name that somebody put this as a comment in one of my other baby name videos, so if it is you, I told you I was going to steal it, and that is this gorgeous name, Mariposa. Isn't Mariposa just a beautiful name? Honestly, this probably would have featured in my daughter's name somewhere if I'd have heard it in time. So I think it is absolutely gorgeous, and it means butterfly. And butterfly is one of my all-time favourite things. I think I've got some butterflies on my dress somewhere. But yeah, I love butterflies. We had like a butterfly themed wedding, like crazy. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful nature name sake. And Mariposa sounds floral, doesn't it? It's so pretty. She could be Posy as a little nickname. It's a Spanish name, and Spanish names like Sophia, you know, Sophia's the most popular name globally for girls, which is a crazy little stat. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful one. I'm so glad I've heard it. I hope I've shared it with you guys in time and you can use it. Let me know what you think of it. At number 8, I've snuck my daughter's name onto the list. Her name is Evelina, and we love that name. It's got so many different meanings actually. So in French, they derive it from an old surname, Aveline, which means hazelnut. So you might have heard of that. I think there's a few things that mean hazelnut. I think maybe the name Evelyn is also hazelnut, because obviously it's very similar to the English Evelyn. In Latin, it actually means bird, which I read about before we named Evelina and I really, really liked. But in Scandinavian and Swedish, which is where our family are from, it means light or life. So I love that as well, because obviously children are the light of our lives. But to be honest, I just heard it through Henrik's cousin who has a girlfriend, Evelina, and just fell in love with the name right away. I just loved the length of it. I loved the different sound of it. I think it is soft but so pretty. Since I heard the name obviously Eva and Eve and Evelyn are really, really popular here in the UK. So it is a way of choosing that sound with it being a little bit more unique, and I get tons of compliments on it. At number 567, so that meant there were 74 Evelinas born in 2060. Let's just see what happens with the name and if it keeps rising in terms of popularity. I know a couple of you have got Evelinas as well. So yeah, there's an Evelina hospital here in London, which is a children's hospital, which puts some people off the name. If you've got strong associations, I can understand why. I'd never heard of it, but I just fell in love with the name. I think it is beautiful. Of course, no being mean about the name Evelina. At number 7, way outside of the top 1,000, at number 1,635 is the unique name Dorothea. I love the name Dorothea. I have actually mentioned this on my Instagram baby name page and it got a lot of positive comments. I just think it is gorgeous, and Thea is so popular. It's a gorgeous way of having a longer form of it. It is again Greek, so yes, I should have, maybe I'm just feeling very Greek today, that's why I've chosen this name list, but I think it is absolutely beautiful. Very, very vintage sounding, isn't it, and super duper unique. It means gift of God, and it's also a feminine form of Theodore, which is also one of the most searched for baby boy names of last year in terms of Google stats. So yeah, Dorothea, Theodore, maybe those sounds are kind of coming back. There's a couple of Saint Dorotheas. The most famous one, I'm gonna have to read it, Dorothea of Caesarea, somebody will know. So she was a very famous martyr, virgin saint, and very interesting story around her. She's often depicted as a maiden carrying flowers, so very, very beautiful. And she's regarded as the patron of gardeners, which I think is really lovely. If we're looking for kind of floral themes, that's a beautiful one, isn't it? We often see her wearing a crown of flowers, often roses. So yeah, it just softens the name up a little bit because it is quite a strong sounding name with a strong D. But the Thea as a nickname is a great option, and I just absolutely love it. It's actually my niece's middle name, so I'm gonna love it. Another Spanish name. Have you ever heard of the name Rafaela for a girl? I think Rafati and Rafi are really getting popular here in the UK now for boys, and I love the idea of Rafaela for a little girl with the nickname Rafi being a really unique and gorgeous one for a little girl. I just love this name and it sounds so unique. Ella is of course super duper popular, so it's a bit of a unique spin on that name as well. It's of Spanish origin and it actually means God has healed, which I think will appeal to a lot of you who I know contact me and are looking for, you've had a tough pregnancy or you've had losses, and I think God has healed is a beautiful name for that type of baby coming into your life, or you know, any just beautiful, long, elegant, stylish girl. Okay, one of my wild cards. I know you guys quite like these. How about the name Tigerlily? So Tigerlily is a Disney name. It was also the name of Bob Geldof and Paula Yates used this for their daughter, which is how most of us here in the UK have heard of the name Tigerlily. But I just absolutely love it. It was such a long and gorgeous name, and again quite funky and cool, a bit like Rafaela. She could go by Tiger, which would be unbelievable. A great quirky middle name as well. She was a princess in Peter Pan, so it's got that lovely Disney connection to it as well if you're a big Disney fan. It's only at number 2,367 and doesn't look to be rising through the ranks by any means, and I for one would be just clapping at the sidelines for anyone who chose this name. What do you think of it? Would you be brave enough to go for Tigerlily in the middle spot? Oh yeah, so a bit like Mariposa, this is another totally unranked name that I found which I absolutely adore, and that's the name Amabilis. Isn't it really cute and just sounds so unusual? And it actually means beautiful or loving. It's a Latin name. It's originally an Old English surname or potentially a male name, but obviously it sounds very, very feminine for a first name. If we're looking for something totally unique and rare, but not crazy, like it sounds very like a very wearable name, isn't it? There was a Saint Amabilis in France, which you may have heard of if you're into French history or saints, but I'd never ever heard this, and to me it just sounds absolutely gorgeous. I've always actually really liked Billy for a little girl, or if you have a Billy or a William in your family, Amabilis is a really cool little way of bringing that in a little bit. Obviously Amabel is a more well known, and this is a more ancient version of it. I just think it is super cool. I love it. Just it's very lyrical, isn't it, and romantic. There's not a huge amount of history I could find about it, but if you know any history about the name Amabilis, do pop it in the comments below, because I'd love to learn more about this name. So this next name is in the top 1,000, but only just at number 916, which means there aren't very many of this name around, but I absolutely love it. It's one of my all-time secret hidden gems, and that's the name Ariadne. Don't you just absolutely love it? It is another Greek name, and she's like this sort of warrior princess, super cool Greek heroine. I'm sure that this is going to end up being a huge blockbuster movie because we're all into that kind of at the moment, and I just love the sound of Ariadne. I've always loved it. I don't know when I must have heard it. I think there's a few Ariadnes in movies and stuff like that, but I just don't know why. I just always think it is the most beautiful and elegant name and so unique sounding. It's another Greek name and it means most holy, which is lovely. So she is a princess of Crete, and there is a huge, amazing mythology around her, a bit like the Hunger Games mythology, where she was the daughter of the King Minos or King Minos. I'm sure I'm going to say all this wrong. I'm not a historian, by the way. I just liked researching baby names. And she had to lead people who had pledged themselves to be sacrificed to a minotaur in a labyrinth, and the story was that she helped them escape and fell in love and was later abandoned by one of them, of course, in these ways these horrible tales go. But she is cool. She's got some spark about her, and I love that, and I think the name is a bit the same as that. So the next name is actually feminine in Spanish and masculine in Italian from what I read, but let me know if you're from either of those countries below. And that is the name Rosario. So I'm trying to find 4-syllable names don't end in A, because most of the time they just whack the A on the end and that's how you get the length. But I was thinking Rosario is such a pretty one, isn't it? And very, very different, and O is such a popular sound at the moment that this is a gorgeous one. It is a very religious sounding name. It is a very Catholic name for the Virgin Mary. She is Our Lady of the Rosary, and they had the rosary beads, and Rosario is linked to those. But I love it. Don't we have an actress, Rosario Dawson, or have I made her up? But I think that that is such a beautiful and elegant sounding name. If you are linked to the religion, that's absolutely perfect, and even if you're not, I think it just is a beautiful sounding name. Very, very different. She could be Rio for short, which is cool. She could be Rose if you like the more feminine for later life. It's just got a lot of options going for it, and it's totally unique and different. And at number 1 is a name that's only at number 2,120 back in 2016, so literally a couple of babies were called this, and that is the name Amariah. So it's a bit similar with these A soundings, but again it's got a more unique ending, and I know that Ria is a really popular name, and Amariah, I'd never heard of it. What do you think of it? It's got that kind of bit like Olivia, a bit like Amelia, which are the top 2 names in the UK, so I thought quite a lot of you might like Amariah as a more unique option to them. It is a Hebrew name. The meaning is said of God, but I couldn't find anything much more about it because it is such a unique and rare name. It's a gorgeous one, isn't it? Again, very unique, very soft and gentle, very long and elegant, and just a great alternative option if other long names are too popular for you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Again, apologies about the quality of the video. Don't know when I'm going to be all sorted, but I should be all sorted like by tomorrow. But I just wanted to get this video up and out there because of course I never like to miss a baby name Monday. And I will see you all hopefully Wednesday, Friday. I also do parenting videos throughout the week. Don't forget to join in and let me know your absolute favourite long girl name in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of the names on this list because I love to hear from you. Let me know any I have missed out as well. You are so good at this. Make sure to read all the comments and chat to each other because I love joining in your banter. Leave me list ideas, and I will hopefully see you all on Wednesday. Take care, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm so close to my next milestone, and if you get me there, I will love you forever. And I'll see you then. Bye, guys.